Oh, no, I forgot.
All right, great. Oh, it's 6:30. Are we ready? I had to go to the bathroom and I talked to Steve. Oh my gosh. I came from Kettering. I've been there since 3 because it's recital week and we're doing it at Kettering.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've been there since Tuesday. And I have some fun stories to share. Are we ready? All right. Are we ready? The Board of Education meeting is called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jump late. All right. Secretary Ristich, will you please take roll call?
Currently, we are missing Member Donahue and Member Torres, but it is my understanding that Member Torres will be late.
All right, thank you, Secretary Ristich. In the absence of Treasurer Donahue, Member McGregor will serve as treasurer. All right, we're going to move on to public hearing on proposed 2026-2027 budget and millage rate. During this public hearing, the board welcomes comments from the public relative to the proposed 2026-2027 millage rate and budget, which the board will act on later this evening during the regular meeting. I'm going to check and see if we have green cards on budget. I have this one, Robin, but it says non-agenda.
Yeah, I didn't do one for both.
Okay. All right, as you are recognized to speak, please move to the microphone at the podium to address the board and state your full name and address for the record. Please be reminded that comments are limited to 3 minutes in duration. Members of the public are invited to share comments. However, this is not intended to be a time for questions and answers. Lastly, participants are asked to avoid statements that are personally directed, abusive, or obscene.
Robin McGregor, 2629 Caterham, Waterford. After going through the budget in the last week, between 25-26, 26-27, I'd like to thank Karen and the administrators for what they have done to reduce some of the debt and helping us assure the bond rating that we're going to be getting because of the hard work and what we've done. It is very evident in this budget. So thank you to everybody that made a difference.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other further public comments regarding the budget? All right, seeing no further public comments on the 2025-2026 millage rate and budget, the public hearing is now closed and we will open the regular meeting. The approval of the agenda. The regular meeting is now called to order, and unless there are objections, the agenda will be approved as printed. Are we good? We good? All right. And now we're going to move on to a very important piece of our night, the recognition of achievement for Jane Kelly, our video production coordinator. Are we having Jane come out? Okay. I'm going to read this, and then we'll have Jane come out. I just didn't know if she was going to come out from behind the curtain. Okay. I know. No one ever gets to see Jane because she's behind the wall. This evening, we have a very special recognition. I would like to invite Jane Kelly, our video production coordinator, to step out of the booth and join Member Patricia over at the podium. Come on, Jane, you got this. Woo-hoo! All right, we'll let Jane get down to the podium, and I have a few fun things to share. As Jane Kelly prepares to retire tomorrow, we pause to celebrate an extraordinary career and express our sincere gratitude for her countless contributions to the Waterford School District. For more than 30 years, Jane has been behind the camera, capturing the moments that define who we are as a district. While many people have stood in front of the camera, Jane has been behind it, ensuring that our students, staff, families, and community could see and experience the incredible things happening throughout Waterford schools. Through her videos, social media content, broadcasts, and storytelling, Jane has brought our community inside our classrooms, events, and celebrations. She has shared our successes, highlighted our people, and helped strengthen the connection between our schools and the families we serve. Jane's fingerprints can be found on countless district milestones and memories. She has produced and broadcast Board of Education meetings, documented high school commencements, brought many opening day celebrations and events to life, captured Teacher of the Year announcements, communicated bond election campaigns, student achievements, and countless district events and initiatives through every season and every chapter of Waterford's history over the last 3 decades. Jane has been there to share engaging communication and to preserve those moments for future generations. What makes Jane's contribution especially remarkable is that she has done this all from behind the scenes. She never sought the spotlight for herself. Instead, she dedicated her career to shining a light on others, our students, our staff, our schools, and our community. Because of Jane's talent, creativity, professionalism, and unwavering commitment, thousands of Waterford families have been able to witness moments they otherwise may have missed. She has not only documented our history, she has shaped how our story is told. Jane, your work has left a lasting legacy on this district. The videos you created, the stories you shared, and the memories you preserved will continue to inspire and connect our community for years to come. On behalf of the Board of Education, our staff, our students, families, and the entire Waterford community, thank you for the years of dedicated service. We wish you nothing but happiness, good health, and so many exciting adventures in your retirement. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Jane Kelly for her remarkable career and lasting impact on the Waterford School District. And in true Jane fashion, she will not be saying a few words. I know, we love you, Jane.
Picture though, right?
We do, yeah, oh wait, we at least have to get a picture. You and Rob, the longest standing members. Currently here. Aw.
I will say one quick thing.
Okay.
I thought about it, it's fitting that we are here tonight because as an early college graduate, my first production was in this building. I worked for Comcast, and we parked our production truck up at the top of the stairs and ran the cables all the way down. And that was the first initiation to Waterford, was in this building. And I've enjoyed working with everyone and enjoyed sharing all the positive stories. And still in my heart feel we have the best district around, so thank you.
Aw.
Thank you.
We're going to miss you, Jane, for sure. So you can always come back and just broadcast a board meeting just for the fun of it if you'd like to. We would be happy to have you come. Thank you.
My speaker doesn't work, what do I do? My microphone.
We'll be texting you, just kidding. Maybe not. Thanks, Jane. All right, we're going to move on to public comments on action items. I don't believe I have any cards on action items, so we are going to keep moving on to the consent agenda. So unless there are objections, the consent agenda will be approved as presented. Are we good? All right. Our next item up is our information items, our graduation report with Assistant Superintendent Wolf.
All right, good evening. I'm excited to show some of Jane's amazing work, just following her recognition here with our grad report that she does such a tremendous job on each year. We had our 3 graduations this Sunday, May 31st, where we got to highlight and celebrate our seniors from Mott High School, Kettering High School, and Durant High School. And on behalf of everybody in the district, I think we can all agree this is the most special day of the year as we get to see those kiddos, many of which have been with us since the time they were in kindergarten, walk across that stage at Oakland University's arena. And it's an amazing, amazing day. And so without further ado, I'm going to present. not to be redundant, but just to reinforce some of those stats you saw up there, over 70 Durant students graduated this year, which is a huge, huge increase and a testimony to the work they've done this year at that building. When you combine Mott and Kettering's scholarships, it's approximately $10 million worth of scholarships offered to our students, which we know we heard at the senior award ceremony, but it's just really impressive when you think about that number. So congratulations to all our 2026 high school graduates.
All right, now we have to move on to our operating millage with Miss Davis. Not as fun as graduation, but still incredibly important.
It's okay, not everything can be fun, I guess. So, good evening, board. Like was stated, I'm here to provide an update on the August 4th election millage campaign that we have going on. Honestly, there's not too much to update you on. It's pretty similar to what's been going on. But as you know, the school year just ended, and so we really took those last few weeks to capture that captive parent audience, do a couple of social media posts, do some emailing to that audience. We also put a millage ad and an updated video in our WSD Connect newsletter, which goes out to over 10,000 community members. And so, like I said, really tried to, those last few weeks, capture that attention. Now that school's out, we're still doing stuff. We're still doing the social media posts. You may have seen today, we did one that was a reminder that the absentee ballot deadline is next Thursday. So again, getting that information out to voters so they know how they can participate and be an active voter in this election. We also, what else we get? Oh, we put in production orders with the printer for the lawn signs and the banners. And as I stated before, after July 4th is where you're really going to start to see that visual marketing campaign. You'll see banners on all of the overpasses. You'll see the lawn signs out at our school buildings and also some public roadways. We will launch a paid social media campaign that will specifically target Waterford voters for the non-homestead millage. And again, just those organic social media posts that we've been continuing with will continue as well. The next meeting, I believe, is July 16th, so that will only be a few weeks before that election day, which is hard to believe. So we will have more of an update for you then. Just kind of reminding voters that it's coming up soon. Get engaged with the websites that we have out there, both for the non-homestead millage and the enhancement millage. Everything can be found on the district website. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Colleagues, do we have any questions? Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
We are now going to move on to school meal prices for the 2026-27 school year with Assistant Superintendent Hildebrand.
Good evening, trustees. In front of you in the package is an information item to increase our school meal prices for this upcoming fiscal year by 25 cents per meal. I just want to acknowledge that there is absolutely no increase to any of our families. We are still serving universally free meals. This is just a behind-the-scene requirement to show that price equity, to avoid any penalties or consequences from the state and the federal government. And we're just making sure that we're compliant within that. I'll entertain any questions you might have.
Colleagues, do you have any questions? Member Patricia?
I think I've asked before, can we charge more, make money, and sort of what we use on the money, or
No, it doesn't work that way.
so you're saying no?
Yeah. That would be a no, Rob.
Okay, we can't, okay.
We do charge for our adult meals, and obviously any catering we would charge for, and those proceeds would go in. But this is to help offset and to share that cost for the price increase of the materials that go into producing the meals, as well as provide resources to pay our staff accordingly. You're welcome.
Are there any other questions? All right. Member Stitch?
I just want to say thank you for the Q&A that you included here. It's really helpful. Just helping us understand the cost increase. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I was wondering how she knew I had these questions. What about, I kind of knew I couldn't because of the rules, but I thought I had to still ask.
Well, that's okay. It's okay to ask.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with asking, Rob.
Oh, cool.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
We're now moving on to our policy updates. The Board of Education has received proposed Neola policy updates, Volume 40, Number 1. Volume 40 is non-discrimination, and Volume 40, Number 2, and Number 2. So there's Number 1 and Number 2. Members are asked to review these policy updates over the coming weeks and are welcome to reach out to Superintendent Martin with any questions. And the updates will be brought back in the July board meeting for board action. All right? And now we're on to new business. Superintendent's recommendations. Our lovely Secretary Ristich.
All right, new business, Superintendent's Recommendation 532526, Administrative Appointments. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the following administrative appointments. Connor O'Leary, Assistant Athletic Director, location Mott High School and Mason Middle School, effective date June 19th, 2026. Melissa Elliott, Director of Food and Nutrition Services, location Kurzman Administration, effective July 1, 2026. Angela Gorgowitz, Supervisor, Student Support Services, location Kurzman Administration Building, effective July 1st, 2026. Amy Kemmer, Principal, location Children's Village School, effective July 1st, 2026, and I so move.
Support.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 5-0. Do the math really quick. All right, we will hold our comments or questions or our congratulations until they are here, I believe. Would you like to introduce them, Mr. Wolf, or and Ms. Milastian? And Ms. Hildebrandt? I guess everyone can introduce their people.
We've been doing some hiring.
Yes, yes. All three of you have new hires coming up.
Absolutely. Well, I'll welcome Connor up to the podium here for a moment. Connor O'Leary is coming to us from Novi Community Schools, where he has been a longtime coach there for soccer, as well as most recently boys volleyball and middle school basketball. He has grown up in and around Novi's athletics, I think since he was born, his entire life. Long history there. He's just finished up an athletic director internship at Novi High School and has just wrapped up his master's in sports administration from Wayne State University. So we're excited to have him. Connor?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. As Mr. Wolf said, educational athletics have been a part of my life since I was born. And really, what left a lasting impact on me is not just, the passion and joy that I have for athletics, but what it can do for the individuals that participate in a community at large. So I really come at it. I've been coaching for a decade. I try and teach 4 things. I talk about respect, resiliency, integrity, and teamwork. Those are the 4 things that I will do all that I can to impart on those that I work with. And I really believe that not just, leading the athletic department, but being a part of the community at large, right? I want to be a figure that is known throughout all corners of the school, not just the world of athletics and the community of Waterford at large. So really thankful to be here tonight. You will see me around quite often, and just really thankful for the opportunity I had.
Welcome.
All right, welcome.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce Angela Gorkowitz. Angela has devoted the majority of her career to the Waterford School District. Since 2011, she has served as our special education coordinator, providing steady leadership, supporting buildings, and strengthening our systems to ensure that students receive high-quality services. Before moving into the district-level work, she served as a teacher consultant at Mott High School and a resource room teacher at Crary Middle School, bringing her expertise there directly to students and to staff. Her academic preparation for this includes a bachelor's degree in secondary education, English, and psychology from the University of Michigan, a master's degree in special education, specifically in cognitive impairment, from Wayne State University. This strong foundation is reflected in her thoughtful, student-centered approach to leadership. Angela brings a deep expertise and a passion for teaching and learning, and a clear commitment to serving both students and staff. So please, I thank you, and please join us in welcoming again Angela Gorkowitz.
Thank you, Nadine. I began in the district in 2002 at Craig Middle School, as Nadine said, and it's been my honor to be in Waterford since then. And I really look forward to growing my relationships with staff, students, and families in the future. And I want to thank again the Board of Education, the Superintendent, Central Administration, and everyone who has given me this opportunity. And I'm really looking forward to the next year and many more to come. So, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good evening, trustees. I am pleased to introduce you to Miss Missy Elliott as our new Director of Food and Nutritional Services. Missy has spent her career from initially working in a cafeteria as a service provider all the way up to the Director of Nutritional Services for Armada Community Schools. She is passionate about ensuring children are fed, have choices, that we're compliant. She has spent a portion of her career serving on the School Nutrition Association of Michigan. She is an advocate for schools. She's an advocate for kids and ensuring that they are fed and have that nutrition running through them so that they can be the best learners that they can be.
Hi, I'm really excited to be here tonight and super excited to join this team. It seems like it's an awesome district already. I'm starting very soon and I'm eager to get going. I'm excited for the challenge and looking forward to meeting all the kids, all the schools. I'm just excited about it and I love people, so this is just up my alley.
Member Patricia?
What do you know about turkey slots?
I know that it's still available.
That's a good answer.
We're good.
Wanted to get it.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Welcome. Welcome to our district. We're excited to have you.
Adam might have hung out in the gyms.
Yes.
I'm pleased now to introduce Miss Amy Kemmer, who is being recommended this evening as our next principal of Children's Village School. Amy brings a strong and steady background in special education. She has served as a teacher consultant at Children's Village School since 2003. Before she joined Waterford, she spent 20 years in the Utica Community School District. Her experience gives her a deep understanding of student needs and the supports required for success. She holds a bachelor's degree in special education for students with emotional impairment from the Michigan State University and a master's degree in educational leadership from Saginaw Valley State University, along with several other certifications. She's known for her commitment to students, her collaborative approach with staff, and her passion for teaching and learning. Amy brings a wealth of experience and a clear drive to support the Children's Village School community, and we're confident that she will serve with dedication and care. So please welcome Amy Kemmer.
Thank you, Nadine. Thank you to my cheering section over there. I appreciate you all so much. I'm truly honored and grateful to serve as the next principal of Children's Village. The 3 years I have spent there have been the most rewarding of my career, and I'm very excited for this next chapter. So thank you to the board, the superintendent, central office administration for the opportunity. I'm excited to continue working with all of you as we serve our students, our staff, and our community. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Colleagues, do we have any questions or comments for our new administrators? Member Stitch?
I know coming up here and introducing yourself, might be a little nerve-wracking, but we really appreciate it. We're looking at these positions, and these are some of the most important positions we have in our district. So the fact that you're here with us, and I know it's a long process, the vetting process, so we know that with tonight's appointments, the cream has risen to the top, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Lots of, as I'm sure you've heard or know, lots of great things happening in Waterford School District, and we're glad to have everyone on your team. So welcome.
Absolutely. Please know that we are so appreciative of all of you being here, and we're very excited to see all the amazing things that you're going to do for our district and for our kids and our families. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. Anything else? All right, we are going to move on, and we're actually going to stay with Secretary Ristich for our student travel to the UK.
Oh yeah, this is an exciting one. Superintendent Recommendation 542526, WKHS, Student Travel, Great Britain. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the proposed Waterford Kettering High School student trip to Great Britain, June 13th through June 22nd, 2028, and I happily move.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments or questions? Member McGregor?
I just want to say how important I think that travel can be for our students. It can broaden your mind, and you don't know how amazing some of these experiences can be until you get there. So I'm glad that we're offering these opportunities, and I would welcome more of those opportunities where we can make this work for our students. Thank you.
Member Patricia?
Is this one we talked about a few weeks back?
Yes.
Where they have to follow our rules, not necessarily the laws of the country. They can't go have a time to
Yes.
enjoy the countryside and truly enjoy things.
Right.
I don't like that part of it, but other than that, yeah.
All right, are there any comments or questions? Any more other? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 5-0. We're now going to move on to our Acting Treasurer McGregor for the International Academy 2026-2027 budget.
Whereas the revised consortium agreement language related to participating districts approval, Section 1 of Part 5 under B states the following related to the International Academy OKMA campus states. Each participating district shall have until June 30th to approve, disapprove, or abstain regarding the budget for the ensuing financial year by resolution of its Board of Education and provide notice of its action to the governing board and appropriate fiscal agent. Whereas a participating district that disapproves a budget for the ensuing fiscal year shall be deemed to have unilaterally withdrawn from its participation in the consortium effective at the end of the current consortium fiscal year, and its rights and obligations shall be governed by the unilateral withdrawal provisions of Article 3, Section C.3 of this agreement. Budget revisions made during the year will be shared with participating districts. Whereas the tuition rate calculation formula, tuition rates, and preliminary budget for the 2026 fiscal year were shared with participating districts. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Education for Waterford School District by majority vote hereby approves fiscal year 2027 operating budget for International Academy OKMA. Okay. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the resolution presented in support of the International Academy OKMA fiscal year 2027 budget. I so move.
Support.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments or questions? Member McGregor?
So I do think International Academy is very important, but I also want to say that I would like us to try to be in the future a little more involved where we can be in creating some of the budget, because it is concerning to me that their budget is taking more than their foundation allowance per pupil for each student that goes there. And while I think International Academy is very important, I also think that it's important for all of our students to get those same experiences. And also, we're technically paying for other teachers outside of our district to make more money than our teachers in our district. So that is concerning to me. So I think where we can be involved in the future, I think that would be helpful.
Is that something, Mrs. Hildebrandt, that you could speak to and maybe give us kind of a better understanding of how who actually, I know we discussed a lot when this came before the board recently, but it might be helpful to kind of go back over it and give us a better understanding of their budget process.
Absolutely. So Bloomfield Hills is the fiscal agent of the budget. The consortium at the OCMA is an agreement with 11 participating districts. It draws in teachers from a lot of those districts, so there is a variety of teaching scales involved. In fact, a couple of years ago, one of our teachers, Amy Casper, was placed there. In terms of the budget development, there is a 5-person selected committee, a representative of each one of the 3 campuses, one from Huron Valley, one from Troy, one from Bloomfield Hills, and 2 members at large that go through and vet that budget. It is based on shares that were sold. If it was at full capacity, it may not have expected or required that 110% of the foundation allowance. That's the max that could be taken. There were many years that it was below the foundation allowance. And so it hasn't always been at this. However, the enrollment has changed, just like our own enrollment has changed. I think, and I can speak to this just because I came from Bloomfield Hills, at one point, the membership at that campus was close to 655 students, and I believe right now it's close to 550 or 560. And so it's just that declining enrollment, and so therefore it needs to, that foundation allowance is coming in at the 110%. The goal is to always have 5% fund balance reserves. They are currently projecting, I believe, like 2.5%. They did eliminate 2 positions with this upcoming budget to try to restore that, but that's how that budget is developed. Thank you. You're welcome.
And just, I think these are great questions. I think it's important for us to understand as we are approving it. So the teacher's salaries are based on their home district, correct?
Correct, and then that teacher salary credit offsets the tuition from the kiddos that are coming from that district.
Okay.
The majority of the kids are being coming in through Bloomfield and Birmingham. So when a district such as Waterford, I believe we have 60 seats and we're filling 30 of them, those seats that are not filled are being backfilled by other districts such as Bloomfield or Birmingham, some of it from Rochester.
Okay. All right, thank you. I think that definitely helps. Do we have any other questions or comments? All right. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 5-0. Sorry, I was trying to see past you. All right, we are going to stay with Acting Treasurer McGregor.
It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the 2026-2027 summer tax collection fees as presented. I so move.
Support.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments or questions? Do we have any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 5-0. And we're going to stay with Acting Treasurer McGregor. Sorry, I didn't realize there was so much for tonight.
Nope, it's under me. It's under me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it the relative?
Next is.
Sorry, I flipped the wrong page. Yes, we are going to, Secretary Ristich, we are going to give Member McGregor a break for a minute. She's got a lot to read. I was moving ahead.
Superintendent's recommendation, 572526, the OCSBA bylaw amendments. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve all proposed amendments to the association bylaws and directs the executive assistant to the Board of Education and superintendent to submit the ballot on behalf of the board. And so everyone knows, OCSBA is the Oakland County School Board Association. And I so move.
Support.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 5-0. We're going to stay with Secretary Ristich for the OCSBA new resolution.
Superintendent's Recommendation 582526, OCSBA, new resolutions. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the proposed new resolutions as presented and direct the Executive Assistant to the Board of Education and Superintendent to submit the ballot for approval on behalf of the Board. I so move.
Support.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments or questions? Member McGregor?
Just a quick thing. So I think most people don't really know what any of this means. And I think it's important for people to understand that basically by supporting these resolutions, we're saying that these are the things that we support and that we want Oakland County and our lobbyists to lobby for, right? These are things like making sure that we have enough money, making sure our budget gets passed on time, those things. So that's what all of this means.
All right, are there any other comments or questions? All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 5-0. And now we're going to move over to Acting Treasurer McGregor. No.
Yeah, okay. Superintendent's Recommendation 59-25-26, Resolution for Adoption by the Board of Education of Waterford School District, Final Budget 2025-2026. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the 2025-2026 Final Budget Resolution as presented. I so move.
Support.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Do we have any comments or questions? Member Ristich?
Just a big shout out to Karen and Amy for the really terrific presentation a couple weeks ago and for their diligent work on this budget, which is, as we know, a moving target and certainly a heavy lift every single year and every single time we vote on these amended budgets. So cheers and thank you so much.
Member Petrucia?
So our total budget's 143,366, 159, or somewhere in that big hundreds of millions of dollars. We have people come to us and complain, well, why aren't we spending money or this or that throughout the year? Nobody ever comes to when we're doing our budget, but throughout the year they find fault in what we've done. I don't mind them staying away. And, just stay on their keyboards and put it on Facebook about how terrible we are. But I do believe that our staff it isn't just a group. I've been through a lot of these, 27, 8, a lot. And they haven't always gone well. We've had to cut, we've had to do things, we've had to find things. Karen, you're just making it easier. It's like, oh, we'll just do this, we'll do this. And I feel so much better about it. You can't imagine, this is it. We don't have to fight, we don't have to throw chairs. This is cool. So thank you for that and for all the staff. I mean, because it isn't just your department. Everyone has to take a hit. We have to do less, we have to tighten here, and everyone has fallen in line, and I haven't heard any complaint. So again, to all the administrators, to all the staff, I wish we had more to give people more. We don't. I think we do a wonderful job with what we have. This is one of our biggest things, along with hiring and firing a superintendent, is we kind of set the budget. I take great pride in we have a set budget before the deadline. We're not like the state that can, we'll just make a date and we just ignore it for a couple, 2, 3, 4 months. We don't have to. That we get it on time, that everyone's able to put it together and do their job. And again, I can't thank you enough for that. Everyone, I'm just looking at you, because you get the credit in your department, but everyone has done such a great job in doing that. So thank you.
Member Ristich?
Yeah, it's a good reminder for folks, contacting your legislator, your local legislator, reminding them to pass a budget on time as the law dictates and mandates, that helps us. So if you're feeling like, being a big advocate for your local public school, we would encourage you to do so.
100%. We have to have our budget, which I know this is the amended budget from last year, but our budget for this year has to be in by June 30th. The state doesn't have to follow that same guideline. They should have it to us. But of course, as we know with last year, they took their time. So it's really important that we advocate for our schools and for our kids and make sure that we push for them to get that budget passed this year on time. All right, are there any other comments or questions on, are we good? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 6-0. And we are going to stay with Acting Treasurer McGregor for the 2026-2027 millage rate.
Superintendent's recommendation, 60-25-26, millage rate, 2026-2027. It is recommended that the Board of Education certify the tax levy to the charter townships of Waterford, Independence, White Lake, West Bloomfield, and the City of Lake Angeles for the 2026-2027 school district tax collection. I so move.
Support.
The motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments and questions? Member Patricia?
I'm just wondering, because again, this is numbers and money and things like that. The way that the millage rate works, 18%, we're looking for a, what are we looking for in August?
That's the non-homestead.
Non-homestead, but restrict, so we get it up to 18.
So we get it back to what it's supposed to be.
Because we're paying, or we're collecting 18 mil, but we're only getting this back. So when people say, well, this, what, 18, what, you know,
We're getting like
explain how
17.
this is
I would
working
be
about.
happy to help you.
Thank you.
So we're authorized to apply a levy of up to 18 mills on our non-homestead properties. So that would be our secondary homes and businesses. Because of the Headley rollback, we're not able to levy that full 18 mills. In fact, it's a little at 17.471. Thank you, Amy. And in August, we're going forth with our restoration millage to bring that up to the full 18 mills. That differential between the 18 and the 17 mills, we lose out on. The state assumes that we've collected it locally. So the restoration millage that is on the August ballot is to restore that. When it passes, we'll be able to levy that little differential with the December levy, and then be sure to collect our full foundation allowance. Without that, we're actually shorted. We don't get the $10,300 per pupil. It's actually less than that.
So again, it restores it in a local homeowner. It doesn't affect them whatsoever. It's
no impact
business
on, yep.
owners or people like me. So yeah, but it's important to know, because again, there's the other millage thing coming up. In this one here, it doesn't affect people. We're supposed to be collecting it, and we're not able to. It's money we're losing out on that isn't costing them anything, gaining or losing. So it's just something that we need to make sure that we can get back to where we should be.
Correct. So no impact at all on primary residents, no tax impact, not a penny more. It is on the secondary homes and on the businesses, and it's to ensure that we get that full foundation allowance from the state of Michigan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Member McGregor?
And just a point with that, so as a financial person, can you explain how that compounds and how that impacts us?
Certainly. So for this closing current year, it impacted us by $295,000. It's now up. If this doesn't pass in August, it'll be up over $500,000. And so that's a resource that the state assumes that we've received with foundation allowance that we just never get. And so we're not receiving that full foundation allowance, and it puts us a little bit behind. We want to restore it so that we're sure to get every penny that we can for our kiddos, so we can keep it in the classroom.
Thank you for the explanation. I definitely think there's confusion. People don't quite understand that we're only asking to get what we had already approved. And unfortunately, with the Headley rollback, we don't get the full amount that our community has already approved. So that is why we are asking for it to be renewed, so that we can actually capture the money that the state thinks that we're getting, and we're not.
Correct.
So this is definitely not a new millage. This is just restoring it to the amount to where we can actually get the money that we are supposed to be getting. I know there's a lot of misinformation floating around out there, so thank you so much for that very clear explanation. I think that's important that we have that. Are there any other comments or questions? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 6-0. And we are going to stay with Acting Treasurer McGregor For our 2026-2027, oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing again. So many pages tonight.
Recommendations.
That's what I thought. All right. It's the original budget, yes, the original budget resolution. Whew. It's been a long recital week, I just want to put that out there.
Superintendent's Recommendation 61-25-26. Resolution for adoption by the Board of Education of Waterford School District Original Budget 2026-2027. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the 2026-2027 budget resolution as presented. I so move.
Support.
All right, are there any comments or questions? Member Torres?
Just the fund balance, so it's 19 million, correct? And then percentage-wise, where's that at?
15.6?
Yeah,
15.3?
and by standards, that's considered fairly healthy.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
All right, are there any other comments or questions? Member McGregor?
One of the things that I wanted to ask about is what I emailed you about earlier. So training for the school board members. I think that this is really important. And I wanted to bring that up because especially this year, I think it's going to be important. With Oakland County School Board, with Government Relations Committee, one of the things that's floating around right now is the idea of vouchers. And it is sounding more and more like that could actually happen in Michigan. And one of the things, so I guess there's two things that I'm conflating. So let me separate that out. So one thing is the training. One thing is making sure that our school board members who want to take the training can, but another part of it is the conferences. One of the points of the national conference is to actually have the school board members go and lobby for money from our politicians. And I wanted to bring this up because I think it's really important, because if we don't lobby now, if we get stuck with vouchers, all of public education in Michigan is going to be in a world of hurt. It's really concerning because obviously it affects public schools. That money would be going to private schools. It would be going to charter schools if vouchers did get passed. But it's also something that in other states that have done this, they've had significant holes in their budgets, which our state is already pulling from the school aid fund to support other things, and we really can't afford to do that. So I want to bring that up because I think that is important to consider as we move forward in adjusting the budget. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we don't know right now. We don't have a state budget like we're supposed to have. We have negotiations ongoing right now with the teachers' contracts. So I know there's a lot of unknowns, but I want to make sure that I bring that up to the rest of the board because I think that's really important right now. If we don't lobby for these things, if we don't advocate against things like vouchers, we're not going to have a budget. I mean, it is what it is.
The good thing is we'd already spoken to Superintendent Martin after our last year we were trying to be very mindful of the fact that we were in the process of, we had to put some restrictions on our own staff with being able to attend conferences and things. Luckily for the school board, a lot of the classes that we do take, that if we choose to take them, are reimbursed by the Michigan Department of Education. Classes are about $125. MDE will reimburse us about $99 of that. But we did speak last year after we kind of put a little bit pause to make sure that a bunch of us weren't overspending and going to the conferences, that we will make sure that any board member that wants to attend a conference or a class, there's no restrictions on that. So within the state. Now, when it comes to the national side, there are scholarships available. I know John Paul has attended national conferences, and we were able to get a scholarship to help cover some of those expenses, and he also paid for his own travel. So typically from the national side, we do have some avenues. But when it comes to, I want this board to know that if there are classes that you want to attend or in-state conferences, that we will make sure that it is available to all of our board members. So that's not an issue going forward, so we'll make sure that that's definitely available. Last year was a little bit different because we were unfortunately, kind of restructuring through, working through a deficit, which our staff, our cabinet was amazing at getting us through, and we are doing great this year in that respect. But we will make sure that if board members want to continue their education, that should not be an issue. And we also have lots of things between the OCSBA and scholarships available on their behalf. So there's definitely avenues that can help offset some of the costs, for sure. All right, are there any other comments or questions?
I'll just mention.
Member Patricia, or Torres, sorry. So used to Rob asking questions.
To Board Member McGregor's point, and I think she raises a great point about lobby days and going out there and speaking up as school board trustees, because we're some of the best advocates at the legislature, us being right here in this seat, and talking to them about the needs of our students and the funding. At the federal level, we're way underfunded with the Individuals with Disabilities Act, and we've gone to Washington, D.C. and lobbied for that quite extensively over the years through the Oakland County School Board Association and MASB. And then additionally at the state level when it comes to the budget and the per pupil funding. But, and when we go to those too, know that they do spend some time working with you and telling you how to speak to the legislators and how to have your fact sheets together and what to say and what kind of points to drive. But we can be some of the most effective advocates for our students. So I think those kinds of things are extremely important, and when we have those opportunities, we should take those. And OC, as the Oakland School Board Association and MASB, they oftentimes will set up those days and get everything organized, but those are some of the best things that we can do as school board members. Thank you.
Absolutely, and also in regards to vouchers, thankfully the state has voted that down multiple times when those ballot proposals have come before the voters. So the hope is that we can continue as a state to come together to make sure that does not happen, because we need to maintain our funding within public education where that's where it needs to be. So definitely we are going to need everyone's help as those issues come up to keep advocating to keep our public school dollars where they should be. All right, are there any other comments or questions? All right, Member McGregor?
There's one thing I forgot to say, and I thought this was really important when I went through the numbers. Looking at, let me find it in my notes. Looking at the debt retirement, like that, the other financing debt, moving that down to 4,000 this year is a significant reduction there. And that number, I think, is really important because what you're doing is setting us up for financial stability. And I greatly appreciate the work that's gone into that and paying attention to those things, because saving a lot of money here makes it so that we can spend on the things that are important. So thank you.
All right, any other comments or questions? All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 6-0. All right, we are now going to move on to our recommendation 62, relative to elementary Chromebook charging cart with Acting Treasurer McGregor.
Superintendent's recommendation 62-25-26. It is recommended that the Board of Education award the bid to Bloom, I believe that's right, in the amount of $273,200. Funding is the 2020 bond. I so move.
Support.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments or questions regarding the classroom Chromebook charging carts? We good? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 6-0. And we are going to stay with Acting Treasurer McGregor for our recommendation relative to Lutz fire alarm.
Superintendent's recommendation 63-25-26, Lutz fire alarm. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the bid award in the amount of $123,000 to the low bidder, Great Lakes Power and Lighting Incorporated, along with the 10% contingency fee of $12,300 for a total project award of $135,300. Funding source, 2020 bond fund. I so move.
Support.
All right, the motion has been moved and supported. Are there any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries 6-0. And we are now going to move on to the public comment of our meeting. So I do have 2 green cards up here. As you make your way to the podium, we can do Miss Mary Crate first. I will go ahead and give our little speech. Please be reminded that comments are limited to 3 minutes in duration. Members of the public are invited to share comments. However, this is not intended to be a time for questions and answers. Lastly, participants may speak only once on the same topic and are asked to avoid statements that are personally directed, abusive, or obscene. Welcome, Ms. Crate.
Good evening. My name is Mary Crate. I am the union president here representing approximately 525 Waterford teachers and almost 7,000 Waterford kids. As I tell anybody, my working conditions are my students' learning conditions. And the budget cuts that we've made and where we've gotten stability-wise is wonderful, but I don't want anybody to think that didn't happen without all of your union employees making a lot of sacrifices in the last few years. I'm not here complaining, but I'm here to tell you in 2022, we made the news. We didn't just make the Oakland Press, we made the news. We were everywhere with Waterford and the work we did to make all of our staff here. We made them whole. We gave them back steps. We gave people who came from the outside steps. We did some amazing work, and we brought our whole team to the middle of the 11 school districts that I'm comparing us to. We were right in the middle. As of today, I have the numbers for you, and I brought all the salary schedules and a comparison of where we are. We are now in the bottom of the 11. The only district behind us now is Avondale. And Avondale only has 11 steps to get to the top, while we have 15. This isn't okay. This isn't how we're going to get the best and the brightest and keep them here. I shouldn't be able to leave the place I love and make $10,000, $15,000 more because I'm worth it. I don't need $15,000 more, but it's a matter of what I deserve. It's a matter of what the young people deserve. When you're at the bottom, when I started in Waterford over 40 years ago now, I made $18,600 and thought I was the richest kid in the world. I got to buy a new car. Pontiac Grand Am, go for it. They don't even exist anymore. Now, that amount of money, you need at least $46,000 to $48,000 to be able to compare what that was 40 years ago. And ours at the bottom, we're at $42,300, so we're not even giving our young people a chance. Good luck trying to pay off your student loans, buy a car, move out of your parents' house. That's not gonna happen. And at the top, we shouldn't, after all the work we did in 2022 to put ourselves in the middle of the pack, we should not be back at the bottom. To me, it's disheartening and discouraging, and I just don't want anybody to think all of the great work we've done to get now back to over 15% for a fund balance. It happened because of a lot of sacrifices by a lot of people. And the turnover is gonna keep happening. And I'm just worried about our kids. We've spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars training all of our teachers with the letters, and we were the first district in the state to have every elementary teacher with letters training. They are a hot commodity. They're gonna go, because right next door in Clarkston, where the per pupil funding is the same in Clarkston, they're a lot higher than we are on both the BA at the bottom and the master's at the top. So I just have packets for you. Sorry. So if you have any questions on these, feel free to contact me or let Kristen know. Kristen, you can contact.
Sure. Thank you. All right, thank you, Ms. Crate. We are now going to move on to Ms. Robin McGregor.
Do I have to restate my name in that? Okay. I'm here to talk about Jane DeKelly. When I was on the school board, she was a shining light. But I want to talk about when she first started, her and Josh, as she talked about the truck being outside this building, doing the township hall meetings, doing the different things at our schools. The truck was always there, highlighting the football games, doing the basketball games, the things that they had to do to make a difference, to show how many positive things we had in this district. We are very blessed to have somebody like her and Josh who started this program and worked for Media Network, and how she has made a difference for all of us. I'm honored to call her my friend, a person who's made a difference for every child. The fact that she stood behind the scenes and made a difference in every classroom, for every teacher, for every staff member. I loved when Mary Lou Simmons would see her and just give her a big hug, because she was there to highlight the school. Bill Guessman, the same way. And I know some of you guys don't know them, but they were longtime advocates of this district and still are. Meg Grossman is related to Guessman. Our history in our community, she has shaped what people look at us as. And now Sarah's taking that on, so thank you for making that difference. We have a lot of great things, and we need to make that difference. So I'm going to turn to the next thing, which is the Michigan Education Justice Group is very worried about that, the voucher piece. Whitmer and up at the Mackinac Center said that she would work with Matt Hall. We are going up there to talk to Mr. Hall about not breaking the law and following the law and passing the budget. Do I believe he's going to listen to people? Absolutely not. But he's going to know that people are going to be there. I'm hoping that the MEA does something, or the AFD, to get enough people to do a day of advocacy, because this is ridiculous. It's not fair to our districts, it's not fair to our students, it's not fair to our staff. And for them to hold it ransom is not what Michigan should be about. So thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, I don't have any other green cards. Is there anyone else that wishes to make public comment tonight? All right, we are now going to move on to our Board of Education reports. Colleagues, do you have any reports? Member Sonnekrant?
The Waterford Youth Assistance Shoe Drive will be starting in the next couple weeks, even though they've probably already collected over 1,000 pair of shoes in the off-season. So if you have any shoes that you'd like to donate, there's boxes in front of lots of businesses. Call me, I'll come pick them up, because I am now on their executive board as the vice chair. So I'm really excited about that organization. They're doing some really good stuff.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other Board of Education reports? Member McGregor?
So unfortunately, Member Donahue isn't here for this, but Member Sonkrant is. Last night we had the awards for the Oakland County School Board, and our members got some awards. So Pat Donahue received the Level 3 Award of Distinction and Level 4 Master Board Member Awards. And Member Sonkrant received the Level 1 Certified Board Member and Level 2 Award of Merit Awards. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You weren't wrong. It's very important for us to do the MASB and the OCSB programs, because they're very informative. I've learned a lot.
All right, colleagues, do we have any other board reports? Member Torres?
I had an opportunity to attend the Movies Under the Moonlight here in Waterford with the Chamber of Commerce. It was an excellent event. It was funny because I went to it and I got there and I thought it was at Pierce, but it's not at Pierce anymore, it's at Oakland Yard. So they do it under the dome at Oakland Yard, which was a good thing because it was raining that night, and that's why they do it, because it's been rained out too many years in a row. So, but it's always a great event, Chamber of Commerce, and the businesses are there, community leadership's there, have tables, pass things out, goodies for the kids, the inflatables, kids jump around, games. It's just an all-around great community event. We've been going for years as a family, but I really enjoyed that. And then I know it's a little late, but the graduation is always such an inspiring opportunity and event for us to attend as school board trustees. I feel like it's one of our greatest honors of being able to see, especially when we have family that graduates. This year I happen to have a niece and a nephew that graduated, one from Durant and one from Mott. And it's, my last niece graduated 3 years ago from Mott. And so my wife came to the event, the graduation this year, and she had been 3 years ago. But it's always kind of reinvigorating because I go every year and, through all three, and we do. But for her to come back, and it's just inspiring to hear, see them walking in. And I would encourage community partners, school district partners, whenever I see them around, I always tell them, come to a graduation and see, Martin Mallow and them, I've told them, you should come check it out because it's kind of the culmination of all the work that you do and what it's about. Whether you're a teacher, you're a building administrator, you're part of, central staff's always there. But it really is this culmination of all of the hard work and, sometimes people aren't always nice to you kind of thing, but it all makes up for it when you get to shake those hands. And one of the cool things, because I did have another nephew that graduated from Rochester High this year, and I noticed that at our graduation ceremony that all of the school board trustees shake the hands, and they kind of rotate the school board members. But I don't like that. I like that we all get to do that. So I just appreciated that even more this year, that we line up and all shake the hands. Thank you.
All right, Member Ristich?
Yeah, really quick. I just wanted to give a big shout out to the Waterford Foundation for Public Education. They had their annual golf outing a couple weeks ago, and it was just a blast. That's such a committed group to recognizing, supporting our teachers, and recognizing and supporting student achievement. It was a beautiful day. And again, big shout out to the Fountains over on Mabee Road. They're great partners for us, great supporters. Even got to see Superintendent Martin hit a couple golf balls, left a little bit to be desired, but just wanted to shout that out. And congratulations to Jane. We wish you nothing but the best in retirement.
All right, and I would like to point out Superintendent Martin is not with us this evening because he is attending a conference that is very, very important for him in his job and in advocacy and making sure that he is speaking on our behalf and advocating for the things that our district needs to be successful. So it was not his choice not to be here, but he is working hard at this conference. So we miss him at our last school board of the school year, our school board meeting of the school year, which with that being said, I want to wish all of our families, our staff, our teachers, our students, a wonderful summer. This has been a great school year. Everyone deserves a little break. I hope you have a wonderful summer off. And for those of you that are working in our summer school, our Camp WSD, we appreciate you more than ever. We know our families appreciate our staff that is working hard to make sure our kiddos are continuing to learn, hit those goals, and also for all of our staff members that are making sure that our meet up and eat up at all of our locations is happening, because we do have buildings open for lunch and for breakfast for our kids, so we will continue to feed our students throughout the summer. So if you haven't had a chance to get information on that, definitely check out the website. It'll show you which locations are doing the meet up and eat up. And I also want to thank and congratulate our 2026 grads. As you've heard it from multiple people, graduation is the culmination of everything that we work so hard for, and it's so amazing to see those kids cross that line, be able to get those diplomas and keep moving on to doing successful things that we know that they will do. So, Member Sonnekrant?
I just want to say, I don't know where I've been hiding. There has been this bus or van going through my subdivision every summer. It says Sweet Reads.
Yes.
I never knew what it was. And 2 days ago, I got to see, and I had no clue. It is the most wonderful thing. All these little kiddos getting books and free ice cream. I was blown away. I thought it was the best thing ever, and it's definitely something that we need to shout out to other districts and brag, because it's very cool.
Definitely check out the Sweet Reads, and we are so lucky to have that because of the Waterford Foundation of Education, and it's such an amazing thing our district has had for many years, so you'll definitely see that very cool van driving around. And there's also a schedule on the website as well, so it will tell you which neighborhoods and which schools it will be stopping at. So lots of fun things. We don't stop working in the summer. We know that everyone needs a little summer break, but we definitely will continue to do great things for our students. Happy summer, everyone. Congratulations to our graduates.
Happy Father's Day to Board Member Patricia and Risky.
Yes.
And all the dads out there. So happy Father's Day.
And Member Torres as well. Happy Father's Day. All right, everybody. Seeing no further business, this meeting is adjourned. Have a great summer.